Dum, 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 dum. Hi guys, y'all may meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It's the 24th. It is Tuesday morning here in the United States. And we played World of Warcraft last night with Rickington. And so I want to let you know that we did some fun last night with the World of Warcraft this afternoon. I want to try to get some more World of Warcraft in, level up some of my characters somewhere. Don't have a lot going on today. Just pretty much it's just a normal Tuesday. And like I said last night on the Welcome to My World, Let's Play World of Warcraft show, one of my goals is I want to get my hair back to blonde. That's what I want to do. I want to go back to blonde. When? I don't know, because we haven't heard any more about a new stimulus check whatsoever. There hasn't been any stimulus check yet. That's important to keep in mind. There has not been a stimulus check issued by the House or the Senate. However, they might be warming up to the Problem Solvers Caucus bill, which was the one that a large majority of Americans do like. So yeah, there might be a possibility that the Problem Solvers Caucus bill may finally get some recognition as being a good, practical bill to support the economy for the time being. However, Mitch McConnell sent the senators home for a holiday, and so they will not be able to discuss it until they return. But don't forget, they also have to deal with another thing. Maybe I'll piggyback this together, which is they're going to come up with another budget for this year coming up. Because they only kick the can down the road about a continuing resolution to deal with the federal budget. So, and they have set the date for December 11th, 2020 to resolve the federal budget to avoid a partial government shutdown. So, if I know the way these guys and gals are thinking is, maybe we'll try to put the two bills together. That way, the other party cannot refuse to do it without being blamed for the entire government from shutting down. Sneaky. Well, is it going to happen? Is the government going to shut down on December 11th? Are we going to suffer the heat death of the universe? Are we going to suffer from the zombie plague from the coronavirus vaccine that turns people into the undead? Am I going to live with my 100th birthday? Oh, I can't tell you any answer to any of those for obvious reasons, except I can project about some of it based on trends. The first thing is, are they going to avoid a government shutdown? Well, probably. Are we going to get a stimulus at the same time? Probably not. Am I going to live to be my 100th birthday? It's possible, because a lot of the women in my family do live to be about 100 and older. So, yeah, it could happen. You could see that, like, some of my women that finally passed away in my family, that were 100 plus, we could live to be 100 plus. Because, like, the woman in particular that I'm talking about, she didn't drink, she didn't smoke, and she didn't do drugs, and she was feisty old wonderful person. Everybody loved her so much, and so she was a very well respected member of the family. So yes, it very well could be that I could live to be 100 plus. No, that is assuming that external circumstances don't decide to terminate me sooner, like someone throwing a Molotov cocktail in my window, or beating me on the street, or raping me, or murdering me, or stabbing me, or some black supremacist basically deciding to waste my life because he figures that my life is not as important as his because he's a black supremacist. Yeah, we'll see what happens. However, a lot of people are leaving the cities to go to the countryside. But it brings the question up, what happens when there's no more countryside available because everybody in the cities has moved to the countryside? And sadly enough, those who are still stuck in the cities can't afford to leave because they don't have the economic ability to do so. That's so many problems, and this is why the stimulus bills are essential for America because of that reason alone. It's like, who's going to be able to leave the United States if crap happens? I don't know. But the stimulus, the COVID-19 is up to approximately 200,000 new cases being reported. It's just not good. That's one number. Like your cholesterol, you want it to have as low as possible. Talking about your LDL cholesterol. So, ideally, you want to have it less than 100, and you certainly would like to have COVID-19 cases as less as possible. Ideally, 0. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen, because the fact of the matter is, the biggest problem is the social distancing, is that the policies themselves are creating the problems. The city of New York, I think it was de Blasio, or is it Cuomo? I'm not sure which one of us, Cuomo, which is governor, or de Blasio, which is the mayor, is more than vexed that this one synagogue managed to have a wedding of 7,000 people at the synagogue. It wants to charge them $15,000 fine. Well, I don't know if that's what, 15,000? That's like 1,000 something per person? Something like that. $1,000 fine per person. 7,000, $2,000. About $2,000 a person. That includes men, women, and children. Oh, yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. So now it's becoming a money-grabbing method. Not so much as a way to encourage change, but now it will become more of a way that me and Michelle talk about this, to rake in the green stuff that states have lost because of COVID-19. Yeah. Mask mandates. Did they work? Honestly, guys, I do not think mask mandates necessarily are very effective, because like me and Krista talked about off camera, is if you're not washing your mask in the first place, you're still carrying those nasty germs, and you're still going to basically get them on your hands when you take your mask off. Okay, so it just basically acts as a petri dish for the nasty little germs to come in and settle on, and with the nice warm moisture of your breath will cause them to be fruitful and multiply, and that is no good. Period. You don't want to have those, do you? No. And unfortunately, the majority of people do not throw the masks in the washing machine. So, what's the point? All right. Now, what is my plans for right now? What's my plans for the next year? I know that people like to write their, New Year's resolutions and all that. So I'm not going to make a resolution, but I'm going to make a projection of what I'm going to be doing. Honestly, probably nothing again. Because the fact of the matter is, I don't really have the resources to move. Like, I would like to consider going to different places. But no matter where you go, the uncertainties of the future has resulted in basically a lot of people be stuck in a deadlock where they cannot figure out how they're going to move ahead in their lives. They're just stuck. Welcome to the 21st century, honey. May you live in interesting times. Yeah, we live in interesting times. However, Thanksgiving is 2 days away. Nobody has contacted me about Thanksgiving dinner, like we said last night, given the fact that my mother and I are talking. However, we never talked about Thanksgiving plans last year or the year before. It was only last Christmas that my mother had contacted me before Christmas, give me some Christmas cookies. And I talked to her, as I said, in October of this year as well. Maybe, just maybe, maybe she'll send me a Thanksgiving card or something. I don't know. But I definitely would like to try to have a good Thanksgiving. I'll go to the rummage to the pantry and see what I can find for food. I know I got things I just got to go dig around. And that's pretty much the same for a lot of single people, that there isn't necessarily, if you live far away from your family and friends, or your family and friends don't really talk to you much, you have to make do with what you got. And Thanksgiving isn't so much the food issue, it is meant the time to give thanks and praise for what you have received in life. And for me, just being here, breathing, and walking under my own power certainly counts for something. I sometimes I don't know why you're posting that. I don't even understand your logic behind that. I shall ignore you. Oh well. Anyway, to make a long story short, is I don't know what the future is. Like I said, I do plan to go back to being a blonde. That's my goal. I want to be blonde. I want to get my hair back to being blonde. However, the problem is that money is going to be tight. People are not going to be spending a lot of money for that. I know. I am lightning. Just don't worry about it. I just, Oh, good morning, anyway. How are you doing? Okay. It just seems like it's the kind of thing that we normally discuss on the 7 o'clock show. Let me ask you a question. Did you have another name? You related to Bob Dog or Bob Dog? So I'm trying to figure out which of many people on my channel you are, because I have two people that refer to themselves as with the name of Dog. And then there's Salty Shanker, which has nothing to do with dog, but has to do with there's another guy. Yeah, I hope you have a nice Christmas too. Right now in the United States, of course, today in 2 days is Thanksgiving. I have not really figured out any long-term plans for Thanksgiving, Yule, New Year's. But I'm sure we'll come up with a plan by then. How about the rest of you guys out there? How are you doing on this Tuesday morning here in the United States at 10:11 a.m.? You getting things done? You having a good day? Kids are telecommuting or teleeducating. How's relatives? You know. By the way, they say that I mentioned earlier about the moving, that there has been an unprecedented number of people leaving the major cities for the countryside. Okay. The one thing I'd like to know is, how do you get the money to do that? Besides, obviously, you saved it, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save my money. There was over 5,800 applications to leave the American citizenship behind to go to greener pastures in other countries. I find that interesting. The only thing is, for me to go to the United Kingdom isn't really any better because of the virus. Is knackering Europe too, so Europe is no better off than the United States. I'm not sure how that would work for me to travel to Europe. It's gonna be a long boat trip, that's for sure. I'd rather not fly. It's ironic because in the game, I fly commercial, and I fly by my personal mount to different places in the game. Just cruising by to leave a lake. Okay, thank you. Anyway, how are you doing for Thanksgiving? You got any plans? Because I don't really have, like I said, I don't have a lot planned right now. You can tell I changed my top. I washed this, and then I changed into this top, or this dress, because the other one was the top and the skirt has been worn for so long that it seriously is ready to file for retirement pension. I get it. It's fine. It's gonna wash it. But I don't really have any. But still, it's a good question. Leaving the U.S. for greener pastures. It's something I wanted to do. How you doing, Michelle? What's going on? I'm cleaning for Thanksgiving and listing. Okay. Well, right now it looks like we're not going to be going anywhere for Thanksgiving this year, but that's pretty much the normal. If the soup kitchen was open, we would have had Thanksgiving last week at the soup kitchen. But this year, no. The soup kitchen won't be having the Thanksgiving dinner. They won't be having another one, I heard, until 2023. 2023. Wow. So nothing for 2021, 2022, 2023. The soup kitchen will be reopened in 2023. If you're closer, I tell you how to come over, but you're quite a distance from me. Well, I can still always take a bus. Because right now, I don't know what the story with the Amtrak is. Because the Amtrak, I tried to look up the schedules online for Amtrak. And either the Amtrak software is all knackered or what. But I couldn't even find the schedule. So if I was to go anywhere for Christmas, Thanksgiving, I would probably have to take the bus. Or maybe, like the song by the Partridge Family says, meet you halfway, whatever that would be. So take the distance and divide it in two. What's these here? Just keen here. It is. You are hard to aim a camera at, kitty. Alright. The beast from the east. The big kitty. So it's the smallest year, just 10 of us. Yeah, well, every year, usually for Christmas or Thanksgiving, and around here, we don't usually do much. I was hoping that I hope next year will be better than this. I hope that next year, maybe, I know like Monique and I talked a couple months ago of me going down and seeing her at Hot Springs, Arkansas. So, after COVID-19, yeah, I know. Sorry about that. If it's any consolation, we lost my aunt, Aunt Thelma Delaney. And a couple of years, they were the ones that really got us together for Christmases and July 4th sometimes. And then, of course, sometimes we would do a family thing. Not always, but family used to be a lot closer together. A little distance and personality-wise, we used to have a lot more gatherings. But as we all moved out and spread out, we kind of lost touch with each other. Yeah. Well, just keep one thing in mind. They may have paid the ferryman to go across the river Styx. But you know what? You're going to see him again. I promise you, you will see them again. This is only one leg of a journey. This is not the final destination. So, some people may not believe me, but research into the situation of life after death has resulted in some very interesting observations about what happens to us. So I wanted to say this with my honest conviction and faith that you will see them again. I promise you. We got the 5G internet, and it's no different than the other. I don't know what you mean by 5G internet. You mean you're using a T-Mobile mobile internet device that uses the cell towers? Probably not going to be that different because the difference is the frequency. At 2.24, no wait, 300 gigahertz. about tera femtobyte, or femtohertz. So it's about 0.3 femtohertz. Everybody knows this gigahertz, which is 300 gigahertz. I don't know. It's not going to be that different. Right. Yeah, T-Mobile, by the way, also offers a home internet package in beta. I had the closest thing to it already with T-Mobile MiFi. And it's okay for LTE speed, but it's if I can get the full home package, it would be $56 a month, not including the phone line service, which is optional. It would have been like $50 a month for the internet and their modem that would plug into my existing setup in the wiring closet. So, but I mean, Frontier is working okay. Yeah. Did you run speed test on it to see how much faster it is? Because I don't know what your rated speed's supposed to be, but mine is like 3 megabytes per second down. Notice I said megabytes, not megabits. No, it's supposed to be. Let's see. Well, I get 24 megabits per second down and 1.5 megabits per second up, which for me, I guess is okay because I'm streaming, right? Right. How you doing, Mama Ricky? Mama Ricky. Mama Ricky. You guys get some long handles, pen names. I keep mine's pretty short, so. Got your phone call yesterday, which I thought was nice of you to call. Speaking of the internet, I mean, I remember back in the 1980s. This is something a lot of youngsters today probably cannot visualize what it was like back in the 1980s. We didn't even have live streaming. We didn't even have video on the bulletin boards. We just left text messages. That's all we did. At 300 bits per second, you couldn't do much more. I mean, it's like 30 characters per second. It took to upload and download files. Took a heck of a long time. Thank you. Yeah, we need some positivity in my channel. The 7 o'clock shows are unfortunately known for being the kind of shows that there's a 7 o'clock crowd that could be a real tough house to entertain, especially that's what they want, entertainment. And then the morning shows, which we're doing right now, is more of when you have general gathering. So I really wish I knew when I was going to be able to get my hair redone. I mentioned at the beginning of the show. Michelle tends to not look at the positive side. LOL. I've become used to that. What do you mean I don't look at the positive side? I can sometimes. It depends. Like, it's kind of like the question about the pessimist versus optimist. A pessimist is never disappointed. An optimist, unfortunately, tends to be disappointed when things don't go their way. I've been around a long time, okay? I've seen a lot of things in my life that I remember as a kid, I tried to be optimistic, and then, of course, things didn't work out. I'm like, oh, man. But I wouldn't say I'm really never optimistic, because I am. I can be. Yeah, but I got really fine hair. I don't want to rip it. I mean, this hair is like half the thickness of Colombian Brazilian hair, and I will just snap it. I gotta be careful. I know what this stuff is called, but I really would rather have it being done by a professionally licensed person that has, that's done many heads, and not just mine. Also, it'll be very hard to actually get into the roots, to do the roots. So, my hair is the same, and I use it at work. Look for colorists at Walmart. Well, Walmart, I already have another box of color silk. I have 2 boxes of the dark brown color silk I used originally on this hair. Just in case I need to retouch it, because I didn't know how my hair was gonna grow out, and I never had to use the 2 boxes, so I have 2 boxes. But you gotta lift out the. You can almost see where the hair color is. The streaks, my natural color is a little lighter than that, so I have to like strip out the false color, and then I mean, sure, maybe the first time I could buy the box kit and do my hair myself, but after that, I have to get some help to retouch it each month because my eyesight. Right. Well, I want to say that's entirely true because if you play World of Warcraft, there are brown haired blood elves. If you're a night elf fan, which are okay, their hair is usually green or blue or purple. I only play. Now. That's an interesting reality of the game. Yeah. You gotta get back to work. Hope you and everyone and have a blessed and warm day. Okay, thank you. And likewise, we will have our 7 o'clock show tonight. So, and say today I gotta work on Cadieris some, because my mage needs to get up to level 16, 17. Like, I'm really looking forward to, constantly being an inch of my life trying to level up. And luck, what was it? Locked on? Anyway, yeah, the lock mode on. Yeah, like, I'm really like risking my life. I'm in a level 18 zone. I gotta figure out how to get my character up to level 18. I got quests I gotta finish. I have never gotten them done yet. From what little I watched, it looked like you and Reckington did. Yeah, we didn't do much last night. It's kind of reestablishing where we were. He was having some computer problems. I was having, we had to figure out what quests to do. And so we got to lock mode on. And then it was like, he was like a level 14 rogue and almost like a level 15 and a half mage. And he said, and then we tried to take on a couple monsters, and one of them attacked me from the back, and I died. Then the problem when we had the auto follow on was I was basically like chain gang to him. I couldn't even spin around to throw a frostbolt behind me. And then he was being attacked from the front, and I was being attacked by the rear, and so they had us pinned. I don't know. Stomach is, I don't know, just still. Remember, I slept on a hardwood floor for 6 months out of the year on a floor with just a blanket on top of it. Now that's a tough sleeping combination. 6 months, approximately from March until November. October, I slept on a hardwood floor. Yeah. From the title, I watched it. Looked like you and Reckington did absolutely nothing. Yeah. Well, you can join us, if you want to. Rick, Skynet. We were open to have a third person join us. Right now, the thing is for today, I gotta work on Cadieris. And then I gotta work on my night elves. I gotta work. Oh my god. So I hear that the Scourge is in town, huh? Is making trouble for the people of the Alliance. I wonder what would happen if Michele flew from Silvermoon to Goldshire. If she would be respected if she turns on PvP and basically helps kill Scourge for people. Because actually, it turns out that even if you were in PvE, the Scourge was still ganking players, especially low levels. I wonder what the people with Gold Star would think if a blood elf actually came to save their butt. It's $15 a month. It gives you access to retail and classic and the beta public test realm version. I have all three, so I don't see $15 a month is necessarily that expensive. I mean, people spend that much on cigarettes a day, so that's a waste of money. Put something hot and flammable to your lips and smoke cigarettes for a day. 2 packs. Connecticut is like, let's just say with $22 a week, you can get approximately for the cheaper cigarettes. Well, let's be glad I don't smoke cigarettes and I don't have a drinking habit. I mean, that's the way I see it. Right now, I don't even get my hair done, so I don't always see it as a major waste of my money. Getting rid of my satellite dish was something I did in 2016. I do kind of miss my satellite dish. But, that's an interesting question. All the online cable packages. How come there's none of them that have the Discovery packages, like the Discovery Channel or Discovery Science or TLC? But they seem to have every other network, but I don't even see the Discovery Channel or Discovery Science on those packages. Well, like I said, there's no reason I can't have multiple games now, is there? It's not like I can only play one game at a time. I do get Ablion online in here too. The problem with Ablion online is it's free to play, but it's not free to win. If you want to go further in Ablion, you have to pay to upload higher levels so you can actually play to win. Yeah, I know. I know there's thousands of free games out there. I didn't say there wasn't. There's an electrician's game I want to get. Electrician simulator game. But I don't know if you really would call it a game that you can actually play with friends. A game where you basically have to fix wiring in a house. Basically, the game is based on the European electrical system instead of the American system. Yeah. First of all, aren't those illegal in the United States now, those casino games? Because I do know that the United States a couple of years ago made some of those casino games illegal. And I've seen the previews of some of them slot machine games with the most horrific noise track I've ever heard in my life that basically set my teeth on edge. I want to try a Polybridge 2 on Steam, but I actually It's not free though. I mean, it's monthly free, but there's a purchase price on it. Why doesn't she get some $108? You pay CSG Go. Some skins of hundreds of thousands of dollars. What's CSG Go? Wasting our time here. Nothing will change to get better. Speaking of a huge waste of time, do you think staying home during a pandemic is not exactly a waste of time? Because I'll tell you, the pandemic is certainly not getting any better. What are you thinking? Think about it. You actually stay at home, social distance, population getting the virus cases confirmed of 200,000 approximately. As at this point, what was the point of lockdowns? It's not going down. The virus is going up. But I think it's probably because of all the protesters more than anything. Who is stuck in their ways and never got outside? Oh, you have excuses on why you can't do things. I've always done voice effects. I might be an older lady, but it doesn't mean that I'm not exactly out there having fun. Because I do have fun. But I asked the question, which you guys haven't answered yet. Since these lockdowns is really not having any impact on the virus at all, is why even bother do a lockdown and face masks? I mean, it's so stupid. It's not working. I mean, and like my friend Chris just said, is if you're not washing your face masks anyway, you're keeping all those germs in your face anyway. I don't even see the logic behind this at all. The NWO is trying to take control. All you have to do is excuses on why you can't do this. Speaking of the NWO, I don't think they're going to win with Trump. I mean, they may have won the battle, but they're not going to win the war. Like I said earlier, there are Democrats that are actually the moderate Democrats that are extremely fed up with the far left. And so are the moderate Republicans. And we would like to ask them to come stand with us to protect the Constitution of the United States. Sure, you guys support the blue party, we support the red party, but when you put the two colors together, there's the purple party. There's no reason why we cannot work together as a country to defeat the far left nut jobs and the far right nut jobs. Yeah, We got our problems on the far right too, but they're not as irritating. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not into shooter games. Like I said, I wanted to try Derail Valley, which is a train game, and a few other games. I'm not really into games. The only one I got really into it all was World of Warcraft, because there was something about World of Warcraft that just spoke to me. It's the MMO part of it. It's the RPG part, especially the role-playing part, that better fit me. Money, because we still have to survive the rest of the month, which is a couple days. I have $180 to last for the rest of the month. I want to leave at least $120 in my savings, so that means I can only spend $40 on food and supplies for the next few days. And then when you get the other check after you pay all the bills, you got to have $160. So then by the end of the month of January or December, I want to have left in the bank about $140 in my checking account and about $200 in my savings. So my goal is to put money aside as much as I can so that I can create a nice little tidy nest egg so I can do things. I'm not into poker. I'm not into casino games. Because the few times I went to the real casino, I have a habit of blowing my money real fast. And I have a gambling addiction, so I won't play it for that reason. Because after my experience with the casinos and the slot machines, where I threw quarters around in the baccarat table and everything else, and at the on the up there at the where's that? Yeah, the casino up there in New York. I spent a fortune on baccarat slots and everything. I went in with $300. I went home with zero. And I remember that June Gravel was like, "Oh, you have any money left so I can get some pay for our tolls?" What? Well, I cleaned out my checking account. She says, "Oh, you what? We don't even have money for gas." What? Well, that's when I said, no more going to casinos, no more going to Turning Stone, no more going to Mohegan Sun. No. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, when I went to Turning Stone in June Gravel, we were spending real money. When we got home, she had to basically give the state of New York an IOU for the toll fee for the parkway. So she did pay it off finally. Terror Unite. I don't know anything about that game. But either way, I'm still thinking is that maybe I should relocate to another area of the country, but I don't know where I would relocate because we talked about that a couple mornings ago. I live in the suburbs. I'm always at the mercy that Antifa, BLM, or some other nasty is going to come up into Winston and start making trouble. I don't even know how people with disability can even avoid that problem. Tower Unite on YouTube real quick. Not right now. I thought about checking out some other games from Blizzard. Like, I heard about the game called Hearthstone, which I don't know much about. And then some people like to talk about a game called Overwatch. What? What did I do? I don't know. I know, that's a good question. I can't tell you that answer. I can't afford to get my hair done for $60 either right now. I mean, I got my sponsors on Patreon, but that money is meant for the YouTube channel, not meant for paying for personal choices, So the Patreon money comes in for the YouTube channel. I got 3 patrons. And come to be adventurous. All right. I'll have to check on that. I didn't even know the price. From what I understand, it's a card game. I got rid of my satellite dish 2016. I saved over $1,200 a year. And that was something I kind of still regret. I swear, after I got rid of my satellite dish, I swear to God, my brain cells shrunk. But between all the advertisements and stuff, I never watched TV live. I just would jump through my DVR and flip through the other channels. Right. Right. Well, I think that's where the concept of the Hearthstones in World of Warcraft come from. It's from the game, I think. A little bit of a crossover for Blizzard between Hearthstone and World of Warcraft. Speaking of that, kind of wish we had a third Hearthstone so I could leave one for my home city, which is Silvermoon, one for my garrison, and maybe a third one would be the standard Hearthstone for inns. Because that way I can always make sure to get back to Silvermoon really quick and easy. I know that in the PTR, my new characters do get a Hearthstone for Silvermoon or for Ugamar in Stormwind. Because Caradine in the PTR has a Stormwind only Hearthstone, and she's got the regular Hearthstone. So for me, that'd be 3 Hearthstones, because that would be like one for Silvermoon, one regular Hearthstone, and one Garrison Hearthstone. So, and the reason I never reset my in Hearthstone to another inn is so I can get home to my inn, and and because I like being at Silvermoon. It's one of my favorite places in the game. I was telling, yeah, okay. Then let me know. I'll play with you. They got flying modes and different dual modes. Smoke says the other way around. Right. I was thought about checking out World of Warcraft 3 Reforged too, because a lot of the backstory for World of Warcraft is in Warcraft 3. It's not, to my knowledge, that's not free. But I can look into it anyway. I have a live show right now. I can't download right now. Still got a whole another hour to go, guys. Approximately. Maybe less. Depends on how I'm feeling. This year will be a few years, or will be. Well, last winter was too, but this winter is going to be another winter where I'm not going to be a blonde this year again for the convocation. So, well, last winter my hair just was growing out, and I was, my knee was damaged, so I couldn't really do much. But this year, I hope to be more active in the season. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do, but like I said, one of the most important things I want to do right now is that I did have some games I was interested in. The electrician simulator one was one I was interested in. That's like $9, like you said, and then of course there's a few other games I wanted to check out on Steam, which requires some money. So, but they don't necessarily have monthly plans. Then we have the Elder Scrolls Online, which I did want to look at. Again, it's like $9. I don't know, you guys are being kind of, negative yourselves. You think I'm being negative. I'm not. I didn't say no, and I didn't. I said look into it. Yeah. Basically, your job is to work as an electrician, running cables and things like that. When I checked it on Steam, unfortunately, it said it was coming soon. Wasn't ready to play, but you can go check out the video on it. The wiring system that they're using for the game is based on the European electrical standards. So, if you want to play, I don't think they have an American version. I got Car Mechanic. I've heard of that one. Oh. So we got the 7:00 show tonight. Yeah, I want to see if the Electrician Simulator game is going to be released soon because I do want to play it because it looks interesting. The Rail Valley isn't exactly cheap. It's not the most expensive Steam game, but it's looks interesting. Being a train conductor, you know. We'll see what happens next month, the beginning of next month. If I can throw something into the. Like I said, we do got donations coming in through Patreon, but I don't think that those patrons are going to be necessarily against me getting any new Steam games or anything. But we'll have to see what they say. I'm not going to cancel out. I already told you. I already got a subscription. Automatically goes off my Capital One card. As long as I pay my Capital One bill, I'm okay. And I do. I put $60 a month on my Capital One card. That's extra, because the actual was like $42, and then for the minimum payment, I'm paying $60. I got like, what was it, $1,350 balance, which I want to bring it down to like zero within reasonable time. That's what I'm working on. I don't know. I have to think about it. I'm not really sure what the future is yet. Well, guys, it looks like we're pretty much done with the morning show. Just to say very simply is that there's no new changes on the stimulus programs yet. There's no new legislation on the continuing resolution to avoid the December 11th shutdown of the government. There is not enough significant information on the Donald Trump court cases about election fraud. Sidney Powell herself confirmed that she's working independently of Donald Trump right now, because she feels that the American people are being screwed. So she's taken on her own responsibility to make a federal case out of the fraud that she says that she has information on by Dominion voting systems. And that's about it. There's really not much to say this morning. Around 12 noon or so, because I'm not really sure exactly when. I got to work on my character categories today. And of course, gonna keep working on my garrison some more. So, but anyway, guys, thank you for coming on the show this morning. I will be seeing you guys around 7:00 tonight. So for now, stay out of trouble, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.